Hi folks, Sandro here with Cartoon News and Shenanigans, and today I'm actually going to be doing a quick little review of Cuphead Season 2. My overall thoughts, I'm going to give it a rating at the end, but my overall thoughts were that the first season, I actually did enjoy the first season a little bit more than this season. This was still a pretty solid season. I can't complain. Great animation overall. I think Mugman went a little bit crazy this season. And I do think that there were definitely a few points I will mention where I didn't think it was the best and they could have did a better job. But we're going to get into the episodes here. So I'm just looking at some images. Let's go to all and here on Google, and we now have every episode, more episodes, and I could quickly go over these. I'll just quickly. So spoilers ahead. I don't want to spoil the show. It just recently came out. Go watch it for yourself. If you haven't seen the first season, you should probably watch the first season first because this is the second season after all. And Although I did talk about this before, what Netflix has been doing, and not just them, Warner Bros. With Harley Quinn, for example, what they'll do is they'll order 20 episodes and they'll be like, oh, okay, we're ordering 20 more episodes, but we're actually going to split those 20 episodes into two halves. And then they're going to release 10 episodes at one time and then 10 episodes a bit later. And this is how we get stuff like Cuphead having 2 seasons pretty quickly, even though hand-drawn animation is very arduous process. And similar situation with Harley Quinn. Animation takes a while. And then I did a video recently talking about how whoever's the producer of Harley Quinn said, hey guys, we're getting a season 4 and it's coming sooner than you think. That's because they pre-ordered a massive amount of episodes and just split them in half. So we're seeing this around the clock here, not just Netflix doing this, HBO Max. I'm sure other streaming services are going to catch on because instead of just putting out all 20 episodes in 1 month, they can divide those in half and get you subscribing for multiple months. So this is just a disgusting tactic. I would just rather binge watch the whole thing. I would have rather just binge watched season 1 and season 2 at the same time, all 20 episodes. How many episodes was there in season 1? Sorry. We got 12. We got 12 and 12. Is that right? No, 12 and 13. So they ordered. Okay, that's kind of weird. So we've gotten 25 episodes. They aired 12 earlier this year, and we just got the final 13 now. So very, it's obviously a money incentivizing practice here. But I'm not a fan. I'd rather just have the whole shebang, the whole season in one go. That's just me personally, but, other people are different. And it sucks, too, because this season does leave on a cliffhanger. And, usually a show should probably leave you wanting more. But, I wanted to know, immediately. I'm a spoiled guy. I want to know what's about to happen next year. So, let's go over these. Jailbroken. So this is where it ends off in season 1, right? We get the sort of cliffhanger there that they were framed in, was it a cookie factory or something? They got framed by Miss Chalice. And let's see here. Cuphead and Mugman land in the slammer after breaking into the cookie factory. That's what it was. Okay. They can't decide whether to bust out. So obviously they bust out. Nice little jailbreak there. Nothing in this episode. This was probably one of the better episodes, honestly. And especially because it was it has to do with the first season's ending, but kind of lackluster. They are criminals now. And it's later revealed that Elder Kettle in a different episode is also a wanted criminal by the police. Literally, Elder Kettle, Mugman, and Cuphead are all wanted criminals, and the police do not go after them. So this is it was a fun episode, but the implications here going forward are very just unusual. Why aren't the police going after them? Maybe they could do an episode where they save the mayor's life, right? Maybe they save the mayor or some kind of politician, and they are given a permanent pardon for all their past crimes. That would be cool. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see an explanation as why the police don't really ever go after them. They know where they live. Come on. So yeah, I would like to see them, work on that situation a little bit more. Charmed and dangerous. Trouble comes knocking when Miss Chalice turns up on Elder Kettle's doorstep and turns up the charm. This episode was just okay. And it kind of sucks too, because like Miss Chalice, she comes in this season, she comes in and out. Like if you watch the first season, Miss Chalice is introduced right towards the end of the first season, right? We only get her in like the last or the second last episode there, and that's all we get of her. This time around, I thought she was going to be like a more permanent part of the team, but she kind of just goes in and out. She's there for an episode, she comes back, she comes like and goes. You know, she's a ghost. We do get the reveal that she is a ghost. It is not explained how she died. It is not explained how you even turn into a ghost. I don't know. Does the devil own her soul? Like what's the situation? They don't give us any such. Nobody even really asks. Like they're just like, oh my god, she's a ghost, and nobody likes like, how are you a ghost even? You know. So I was a little bit disappointed at the explanation that they gave here in Charm and Damon. Well, there was no explanation. Literally, she's a ghost, and that's all you need to know, apparently. So I wanted a little bit more of Chalice's backstory. I wanted the character to stick around a bit more. And so I was just disappointed by that one in particular. A high seas adventure. This is the best episode of the whole season, in my opinion. The boys play pirate until they find themselves drifting out to sea and get roped into a mission to reunite a captain and his sweetheart. So this was the two of the different bosses in the game. What was the name of the Captain Briny Beard? Yeah. Captain Briny Beard, and there's the Sea Witch or the Sea Beast or whatever. Cuphead. What was the name of the Sea Beast? What was the name of the thing? Calabria. Yeah. So they had, no, I was not expecting this. You know, when you look at this character, what were you expecting? I was expecting her with a name like Calabria. I was expecting her to maybe have an Italian accent. She does sound very Russian for whatever reason. I was like, wow, I was not expecting them to give her a more Russian, flat-sounding voice actor. It's not that she's flat. She's just very tone. Like, she's very toned down, I would say. Okay, let me fix. This is a bit crooked, right? There we go. Yeah, she's just a bit like low-toned. She's not a very energetic character, just a bit low-toned, like, oh, you boys, I'm going to kill you, you know? It's kind of like that, you know? So there you go, Calabria. The best episode, I just love this one, you know? The pirate, he wanted to, you know, offer, he's like, I'm in love, you know? She's my girlfriend, maybe. Also, he permanently loses his legs, which is pretty crazy. Mugman literally drops him and shatters his, like, feet. So that was pretty wild, too, there. So we got a permanent sort of damage, which is very unusual in this show, where, like, a character... there is storyline that comes up every now and again, but like, I don't think we've ever seen something like where a permanent change of this nature happened. So that's pretty cool that like certain characters can actually get injured even though they're cartoons. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. The voice actor of the pirate, Briny Beard, that is whoever voiced him, my God, what a great voice. He did such a great pirate. Oh my God. No, I'm not joking. Go listen to it. It was a great pirate impression. So yeah, love that pirate impression. Love the episode. And also it's kind of like revealed in that ice cream truck episode. I don't know where that one is. It's probably down here. The Scream Man. Yeah, it's probably that one. Or the Ice Cream Man. Yeah. It's revealed that maybe like, Cup Mugman actually has a crush on Calabria. And they did also mention that Mugman really enjoys being a pirate, and he sometimes like role plays and has fantasies about being a pirate. So that's cool. Maybe that'll come up in the future. I just really enjoyed this episode. It was a classic sort of let's do an adventure episode where we go somewhere we haven't been before. And these were bosses from the game, so it's like it's great to check in with these bigger characters instead of some of the more minor ones. You know, I've had enough of Elder Kettle episodes, for the love of God. I look, Elder Kettle, he's okay. I just, like, he's no Hop Pop. You know, you ever see, like, Amphibia? Like, man, he's no Hop Pop. He's just a very annoying character. Yeah. So another brother. After an argument with Mugman, Cuphead goes looking for another brother. However, his reckless new sibling isn't all he's cracked up to be. This was kind of one of those stupid fighting episodes. They did this in the first season where Mugman and Cuphead are having a bit of a skirmish, and then they go aboard the boat, and there's the frog bosses on the, they're punching each other. We've seen this before. This felt like a retread. And what was the name? Soup Man or Soup Boy, right? Soup Bowl Boy? Bowl Boy. That might be. Yeah. That character is just crazy. He wants to become Cuphead. A very creepy character. What was his name? Was it Soup? No, hold on. Cuphead, Bowl Boy, right? Bowl Boy? Yeah, Bowl Boy. Okay. That's him. Bull Boy, absolute. Bull Boy, as his name implies, is an anthropomorphic round bull who has a large red nose, green lime bow tie, buck teeth, and 3 freckles on his cheek. Yes, he is a very, very, he comes off as a nice character at first, but he's just really a cuckoo. He's a crazy guy, He's going to do whatever it takes to, impress people or become them. He wants to become Cuphead. He's just an absolute nutcase. So, I actually kind of want to see more. I was interested to see more of Bowl Boy. I feel like they threw him under the rug there. Did want to see a little bit more from Bowl Boy. But overall, just a retread of an episode, I felt. Episode 5, sorry. Sweet Temptation. Okay. Now, this was probably the second best. Great episode here. Cuphead's self-control is put to the test when he discovers a sugary dreamland where he can eat all the sweets he wants, but there's a catch. Yeah, so there's a witch's curse. Okay, and he's not allowed to tell people that the Candy Land exists, or was it Sugarland or whatever? He's not allowed to tell people. That's the first rule. And the second rule is he cannot eat the princess's castle, because it's apparently like the most delicious. Cuphead, Candy Princess. What's the name of that character? Baroness von Bonbon. Yeah. There was no shot I was going to remember that. This is the character from the the game, another one of the bosses. Here she is in action in season 2. She looks great. She absolutely looks great. Oh my God, sorry. But, did she have yellow eyes in the game? I didn't even realize. So they made her eyes green in the, she does have, I think this was a great change. The green really stands out. The yellow is hard to see. Maybe if they ever go back and do DLC, they'll change her eye color just to make it more, stand outish. But overall, love this character. Love the character here. Love the redesign for the game. For the show, the Netflix show here. And this character, now that we get kind of like a future tease. We get a future, the Baroness here, so Cuphead goes, he eats, the whole thing was that he eats Mugman's Halloween candy, and then he wants to go back to Sugarland, or Candyland? Well, I can't remember, whatever it was called. He goes back to the place to try and get Mugman a bunch of sweets, but in the end, he just ends up bringing Mugman, and it's actually kind of creepy, too, because they they actually break the curse. They do break the curse, and their bodies turn into, like, a gummy bear, and, like, I can't remember what Mugman turns into. Maybe a gingerbread cookie or something. So I thought, I just loved that. This was a great episode. We got, like, a creepy witch's curse here. She mentioned she's never allowed to leave, which is pretty interesting. And she is trapped in, like, this weird tree. You have to go through a tree to get there, which is pretty interesting. And she does mention, she kind of alludes towards the end of the episode, even though Mugman and Cuphead escape, she says, "You'll be back. They'll always be back." Which is, it's kind of like foreshadowing that if there's more seasons of Cuphead, which there probably will be, it's a very popular show, it seems to indicate that they could go back here. I think it would be interesting, and we do know later in the seasons, characters do die in this show. Literally, the devil kills like a shit ton of characters towards the last season, towards the end of the season. I am very excited. I'm very excited to see this character again. I really love the motif here, the candy motif. Thought it was a creepy character. I would have liked to see, like, how did she get the witch's curse? How did this happen? I wanted to get a little bit more. This show has a really big problem where they kind of just introduce characters. There's some magical thing about that, and we don't figure it out. We don't get to know about it. It's just, here's a curse. Screw you. You don't get to know. Why is Miss Chalice a ghost? you don't get to know. Too bad. You know, they don't give us a lot to work with in this show, I gotta tell you. But I thought it was a fun. This was probably just one of the funnest episodes, along with the pirate one. So that was great. I actually, I wish there were more episodes like this one and the High Seas Adventure. Just great episodes. The Ice Cream Man, the worst episode of the season. I know, this is weird. We're going from good episode, bad episode, great episode. We're going in this pattern where it's like good, bad, good, bad. And Ice Cream Man, awful episode. Weirdly enough, in this one, okay, they do a retread of this, literally 3 episodes of High Sea Adventures. Mugman is sick. He's reading a book, and the book is literally a fairy tale, or it's his own writings. I think he might have written the book. I don't know. But it literally just describes the episode 3 that we just saw, where there was a pirate, in this story. Mugman is the pirate, and, it might indicate that he has a crush on Calabria there. I don't know. That it could have been indicating that, or maybe it was just the story. I don't know. But possibly Mugman might have a crush on her. We don't know. But we're retreading a story and a plot line that we literally just did in 3 episodes ago. So I was not a fan of that. And the entire episode is really just this creepy, Mugman gets sick, then he just treats this Ice Cream Man. I guess the Ice Cream Man was being a bit obnoxious, but he treats the Ice Cream Man like dirt a little bit. He's pretty angry and mean towards him. And in the end, he wants the Ice Cream Man's forgiveness, but he ends up getting Mugman just goes crazy this episode. This was a very out of character type of episode for Mugman, I felt like. And literally just the entire episode was Mugman getting annoyed at an ice cream jingle and going bananas. So really thought this was a weak episode. Didn't really add anything to the overall season, I felt. And it felt like a filler episode. Gotta be real here. Episode 7, Piano Lesson. I did like the character. There was a guy named Ludwig or something. Mugman gets jealous when his snooty piano teacher taps Cuphead to compete for a musical prize instead of him. And this was funny. I did not see the twist episode, the twist ending coming. This was probably a good episode in the end. So yeah, basically just like what the plot I read there. Mugman, he wants to be a famous piano composer, but he's no good. He's just really garbage. Even Elder Kettle's like, yeah, don't worry, if you practice and practice, you'll get better. And then enough time goes by and he's like, you're still garbage, That was pretty funny. I did get a good chuckle after that at that one. But the big teacher here, he's actually like a gramophone, right? That was I love the design of the Ludwig character. Hope that guy comes back for another episode. He also has a really wacky limousine, just a very long limousine. I like the design of that. That was great. But in the end, we learn here that Cuphead is secretly just a master pianist. He literally just can play whatever song just by, he just goes up to a piano, plays a masterful song. So he's kind of a genius, Cuphead. Meanwhile, Mugman, who's been practicing and studying, he's just awful garbage. And so Mugman gets jealous. Again, this entire season, Mugman really goes to a darker place. I don't know what the writers were thinking here. In the first season, Mugman felt more of a compassionate character that was genuinely just kind of trying to stop his brother from doing too many crazy things. This season was just obliteration. It was just Mugman going bananas. I guess they were trying to make Mugman more interesting or something. I didn't think they did the greatest job with Mugman this season. I gotta be real here. I do like the more compassionate Mugman where he's looking out for his little brother. And we do see that every now and again this season, but he's really just an asshole. So yeah, there we go. So the piano thing. Oh yeah, the twist ending. Let me get to the twist ending. So the whole gimmick was that Mugman is so jealous of Cuphead that he pushes his own piano, and he was gonna drop a piano on him. So then, as soon as he goes and plays his recital in front of the people and tries to win the prize in the competition here, right? The snooty piano teacher taps Cuphead to compete for a musical prize. So yeah. We also find out Ludwig is a backstabber. So he backstabs Cuphead and he goes and plays at the recital to try and win the prize for himself. And Mugman's piano, instead of falling on Cuphead, which is still dark, the man almost dropped a piano on his own brother just because of jealousy. He ends up, dropping the piano on Ludwig, and hopefully he's hospitalized for being such an a-hole. But kind of a dark twist ending there. Very dark, that Mugman. They even make a joke where Cuphead's like, I drop a piano on you too, Mugman. And I'm like, really? I don't know. Yeah, maybe he would. I don't know. Yeah, both of the characters were kind of assholes to each other this season. But yeah, they probably would. I guess. Let's see here. Release the demons. Okay, now this, we're fucking 8 episodes in. Okay, we're 8. Is this the Cornfield one? Hold on. Streaming mad and ready for revenge. The devil summons his finest demon and sends them to a mission to recap. I'm pretty sure this is the Corn main. The Corn episode. This was a good one. So I was just shocked that it took them 8 episodes to bring back the devil. The devil had been constantly trying to kill Cuphead, and suddenly in this episode we actually find out that souls expire. I actually never played the Cuphead game. I watched playthroughs, but I think there was something about this in the game where eventually souls will expire. I think that was part of the game plot. But yeah. That's the gimmick here. So we learned that the devil actually he can't really go after Cuphead's soul, but he could still make his life miserable. He could still try and get his soul, I guess. But it's very interesting. That little tax demon, he brings it up, right? He brings it up that, the soul expiration date has occurred, and the devil no longer has rights to that soul. So very interesting. And I do wonder in the future if they'll do something else where it's like, will Cuphead, screw up again or play some other game that causes his soul to be like, in the sights of the devil again, indebted. I do want to know. I want to find out. Hopefully there's, many more. I want many more seasons. I don't just want a few seasons. I want many more seasons. But hopefully we got more from the devil, because this season only had 2 episodes with the devil, and also what was the name of the dice guy? Wayne Brady. I love whose line is it anyway? He plays what's the name of the dice guy? Jesus, Cuphead Dice. Oh, is his name just Dice Man? Oh, his name. Oh, King Dice. Sorry, King Dice. That was Wayne Brady plays King Dice. Okay, I really enjoyed the character. I just it was so sad. He only appears for that one episode, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he appears elsewhere. Or maybe if he did, he didn't have a speaking role very much. But I wanted to see more of King Dice. I wanted to see more of the devil, but they just weren't there. There's 2 episodes. The whole plot of the devil and, Cuphead having struggles is very, very little of that in this season. But they do have a strong finish, I suppose. But yeah, pretty good episode. This is the episode where, I alluded earlier that the devil kills a bunch of the characters. The devil literally kills all of his best demons several times in a row. And then here's the weird thing. King Dice literally also goes and starts killing his own fellow demons. And I don't know what the whole thing about that was, but I guess he wanted the credit all to himself, right? King Dice constantly refers to himself as the number one, the devil's number one, his number one henchman. So maybe we actually get a backstory here, vaguely, that the reason King Dice, the reason he's viewed as the number one demon for, or the number one, minion of the devil, is because King Dice has been killing all the other minions. That I was shocked by that. I was like, whoa, are they just going to have him just massacring all these okay, yeah, he does do it. Very interesting episode. Did like the corn maze. I did like the episode. We also find out the devil does have the henchmen, from the game. I think they were in the game, right? The 4 horsemen. The 4 horsemen are very weak. They don't really do much. I would have liked to see more from the 4 horsemen. They were very easily beaten. And hopefully they come back in future seasons. Then we're going to Dead Broke. Miss Chalice and the boys craft a spooky scam making money. This was a kind of an interesting one, but kind of boring. They basically scam a bunch of people so they could buy a scoop of ice cream with extra sprinkles on it, and they end up going to an actual. So they scam people. They make Chalice as a ghost, so they come in with cages and broomsticks, and they're like, "Hey, we'll catch those ghosts for you," even though Miss Chalice is like their friends, and they end up going to a haunted house. We find out there's other ghosts. There's like other ghosts of like people. And they get stuck into a portrait. And it just so happens to be that exact time, that exact moment while they're there. Mrs. Chalice actually activates the portraits by reading their name. So I can't even say that. But apparently by midnight, by the time midnight strikes, whoever's in the portrait stays in there for 100 years. And essentially, they do lose their piggy bank. I thought that was pretty funny. But all four of the ghosts kind of get trapped in there. And kind of a forgettable episode. But, I mean, their piggy bank, canonically, is now locked away for 100 years. That's pretty funny. Rats All Folks really did not like... I do not like Elder Kettle episodes. I'm sorry. Rats All Folks, they just fight against that one boss that's like a mouse that, like, he's kind of German. He throws a bunch of shit, makes a bunch of inventions. Really forgettable episode. In the end, they end up kicking him out, but they blow their own house up. Just a very bad and forgettable episode, in my opinion. Say Cheese, another two back-to-back Elder Kettle episodes. Not a fan. Elder Kettle wants to snap a family portrait of him and his boys. But the setting isn't picture perfect, like the one he was expecting. He ends up so we get the backstory here that like Elder Kettle used to be this baby, kind of like commercial character, and he went around destroying billboards, and he's a wanted criminal. So at least this episode actually had some backstory. That's at least something notable. But Elder Kettle episodes, not a fan. Kind of a boring another episode here. And again, we actually do see the police arrest them and take like a photo of the three of them in jail, right? So like Elder Kettle wanted the picture perfect episode or picture perfect photo, and they get it. They get it in jail, and we don't exactly see how they escape jail. The next episode, they are no longer in jail, even though previously we needed like a jailbreaking episode. I feel like that was bad for continuity. How did they escape the jail? I think it should have been addressed in the next episode. That's just my thought. Let's see here. So Say Cheese, Lost in the Woods. Winter is coming and there's a lot of work to do, but Cuphead doesn't want to do any of it. He would rather launch rockets and chop wood. This was another, Cuphead and Mugman having a spat. Okay, they're having a spat there. And one of the things I felt... it was just another one of those episodes, man. Mugman. Actually, this was an episode where Cuphead was a bit of an asshole the entire time. But overall, not a very good episode. Probably one of the weakest ones of the series. Just honestly, Cuphead being an asshole, being a lazy asshole. And did anything even like special happen this? Like I think it was just a pretty boring episode. The fact that this is the second, like the penultimate episode for the season was very weak. Honestly, I would rather had like anything other than this episode. Just a very boring episode. And we do see Cuphead go a bit wacky and crazy this episode here. Destroying his brother's own log cabin and. It was something else. In the end, I think like Elder Kettle just chopped the wood himself because he knew that the boys were just incapable of being responsible. Just not a great episode. I'll leave it at that. And then this was probably one of the better ones too. The Devil's Pitchfork. So Cuphead and Mugman are giddy with power after they get their hands on the Devil's Pitchfork and make fiery mischief all over town. So one of the things here is that, like, the devil reads the newspaper and they're making fun of him saying like, the devil's getting soft. He couldn't even get like Cuphead's soul before, people don't know that it expired, right? I guess. But they were poking fun saying how the devil is losing his touch, saying how he's weak. And the devil, he kind of goes out there. I can't remember what he does, but he leaves his pitchfork. He was like doing something like burning a forest or something. Or no, that was Cuphead, right? Cuphead burns the forest. The devil goes and does some mischief, right? Like he's like, I'm not a sissy. I'm the devil. I can make all kinds of mischief. So he goes around town torturing people and attacking people and whatever. And then he leaves his pitchfork by a tree. And this was pretty interesting. So Cuphead actually we also find the reveal that the sweater, I think that was in episode 8 actually maybe, the tax demon, the demon that sort of like keeps track of all the souls, he actually has the invisible sweater, and when the devil tries to kill him, he actually can't do it because he has the sweater on. So we do have that closure on the sweater. I feel like the sweater is going to come up again. They're putting emphasis on that. I feel like it's going to come up maybe in the next season or something. But yeah, the sweater is in place still. And let me see here. What else? The devil. Yeah, so the devil leaves his pitchfork. Cuphead happens to find it. He ends up, and Cuphead literally destroys like a bunch of stuff, like more stuff than what the devil did. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next season if it starts out where the devil's reading the paper, seeing how much damage Cuphead caused with the pitchfork compared to him. And then we see maybe like renewed interest. But it does leave on a cliffhanger, so it's not going to happen that way. What am I saying? So yeah, in the end, Cuphead has to trade the pitchfork, or no, like he gives the pitchfork back, or it gets taken from him, and basically the devil ends up kidnapping Mugman, which is pretty interesting. So I don't know how they're gonna get to like hell. For the next season, we leave off on the cliffhanger where the devil literally takes Mugman to hell. Is he able to take Mugman's soul? I don't know. I'm sure that like Cuphead will try and go down to hell to rescue his brother. How is he going to get down there? It could be that Chalice, she is a ghost. Maybe she knows how to get down there. That's my biggest thought, right? And maybe we'll get the backstory on Chalice then. Other than that, what other characters can go to hell? I don't know. Are there any other demon characters that I'm forgetting about? I don't know. But it's going to be an interesting next season. I think a lot of stuff could have been done better here. I went through a lot of the things. Really think that Mugman was turned into just a very angry character when he was much softer in the first season and much more nicer of a character. And yeah, just a bunch of bad, boring episodes. Elder Kettle episodes are the worst. And I would rather see more pirate episodes or more wacky episodes where they go to like these weird places and do something crazy. I want to see more stuff like that. And I want to see more story. And I do want to see more of the devil, who really only appeared 2 times this whole season in 13 episodes. And he's supposed to be sort of the main antagonist of Cuphead. He should have been in there a lot more times, in my opinion. Also want to see more of King Dice. And yeah, I look forward to more Cuphead. I really do. In the end, I'm going to give this maybe, I think I'll round up to I don't know, 8 out of 10, I guess 7 out of 10. I don't know. It was very solid. It was very solid. There's just a couple bad episodes. Maybe I'll give it 8 out of 10. It's pretty solid. I would give it like 7.5, but I hate giving decimals, so I'll round it. I'm willing to make an exception. I'm rounding it up to 8. This was an 8 out of 10. The first season, in my opinion, was just a little bit more solid. I did enjoy it a little bit more. And more devil, even though there was less episodes in the first season, I just thought it was more exciting of a season. And it was the introduction to Cuphead, right? Because I've only played, I haven't played the game. I only watched playthroughs of it. So this was my first, sort of big exposure to Cuphead. And I like what I saw in the first season. I also like what I saw here, just not as exciting as seeing it for the first time in the first season, right? So overall, great episodes. Bad episodes, decent season. I would say it was a very decent season, and looking forward to more Cuphead in the future, which is always a good sign, right? You don't want to get bored of a property and then stop watching it. And I hope for the future, maybe we get more, like the whole season in one go instead of breaking it into 2 parts. That'd be great. But you can't get what you wish for. You can't get what you wish for. So that's going to be that. My voice is dying. I'm so sorry. I have to end the video. Please comment down below all your thoughts on Cuphead. Did you like it? Did you not? I personally still enjoyed it. Just some bad episodes in there. Maybe tone down the Elder Kettle shit. And that's going to be, and again, I listed a bunch of points. You guys know my thoughts now. But let me know your thought. Maybe, was there anything I missed? Was there some bad things this season that I didn't go over? Did you guys want to see more, like, more backstory into Miss Chalice? Because she just appears a few times, doesn't really do much. Honestly doesn't do much. And yeah, the devil also, honestly, the devil didn't do much until the last episode. Gotta say that. So I want to see more of the characters other than Mugman and Cuphead doing stuff. And no, not Elder Kettle. Like any other character, but Elder Kettle doing more cool shit. I'd love to see more adventures with Briny Beard. I want to see a revisitation of the Candy Land or the Sugar Land or whatever. Want to see all this stuff in future seasons. Hopefully the show doesn't get canceled. And let me know all your thoughts down below. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro if you like more reviews like this? Please subscribe and watch an ad to keep the channel running. Peace out. Bye-bye. Have a great time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this season of Cuphead. It was pretty awesome. And you should watch it if you've never seen the show before. The end. See you later.